The alert.
The notification.
Mm-hmm.
I got the power lunch is the last one I got.
Wow. Welcome to Warrior Class,
Where the teachers would pass.
and you will too if you pass. All right. This is the teamwork makes the work uh, episode,
Oh, I did see that.
and Belay's back, as you can see. So
How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good to be back at Warrior Class. I missed y'all. I've been tuning in. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to see y'all out there. Uh, I know Bob alluded to some things that was going on with me. I wouldn't have cared if he spoke on it, but he's going. That's not how you do things. So, just so y'all know, of course, y'all know if you've been following us. Um, you know what? Maybe I should give us some chance for some people to come in before I start talking. Yeah, I'll give us a chance to come in. Let's see who we got in here so far. I'm gonna see if I can pull the short real quick and I'll start
because
talking.
no matter what he says, the truth is he renegotiated his contract with us, and he went from making $5 a season to
Exactly.
$5.25.
I had to hold out for that 25 cents, and you know what I'm saying. That's business. That's how we have to do it sometimes. So don't be mad at me. Let me find word because okay, there we go right there. Teamwork makes the dream work. Here we are.
So in this episode,
Beautiful.
A lot of times you can Google and search through YouTube or whatever, it'll talk about dealing with multiple attackers. Okay, everybody talks about multiple attackers, but how about if it's us and there's one attacker? One attacker comes in. What I just deal with him, or he just deal with him.
Hmm.
How do we deal with that? Me, Belay, Ominiki here. Person kicks in the door, and how now do the three of us deal with them? You with your family, and somebody comes causing ruckus at your family reunion, or at your church, or whatever it may be, right? How do people deal? Now, last week we dealt with it was a mass shooter, and if you can recruit other people to help you, and if running and hiding is not the option, you have to fight. And there's ways that you move. So one person goes with the gun, the other one goes with the legs, right? After you get him down, you're controlling the gun or his arms. The other person controlling his hips. So, got to thinking, and somebody asked, "Can you talk about uh, team movements and how that works?" Well, we deal with that. We've long dealt with how to do that through my father's training, my training, small unit tactics. Okay, in the military. I was watching a video, and the guy says he's teaching some stuff. He says, I'm not giving away any operational methods of the military, right? It lets me know he's been out of the military for less than 20 years. So it was obviously probably about 30 something, maybe 40. So the reason if you hear that kind of thing, it's because they can be imprisoned for talking about certain operational tactics. Okay.
Within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. Even though the tactics may not change, and usually they don't. You got good tactics, they good tactics. Not going to be much change to them except maybe changing technology. I'm not breaking any law because I have been out of the military over 20 years, well over 20 years. Okay.
That's like the statute, being able to discuss things 20 years.
Yes. It's your contract it's like what people call like NDA. Particularly depending on what your job is, so and what your rating is. So you have secret rating, top secret, compartmented. Right? People say a Q rating. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Either you're bullshitting or you just don't know what you're talking about, which means you're bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was top secret compartment. That was my rating in the military. I don't mind telling you that. It's many jobs where that means even the president of the United States wouldn't have known what I did, or a person who is not part of whatever your missions are, they don't get to know what you did. It's compartmented. It's just us and the missions we took, other people don't know. So there are many groups out there who are compartmented. You should move in a compartmented way, or some people may call sales. Okay, and that's even deeper compartmentalization. Where me, you, and Ominiki, I have the same goal as Joe, John, and Patty. But Joe, John, and Patty don't even know we exist, and we're doing the same thing. But who's ever coordinating both of us, they're making sure we don't run into each other or step on each other's activity.
Right.
That should be done, and I only go so far with that, but that should be done in our communities. But in this age of social media, we don't know how to be discreet, and we tell everything. And it's funny, so I'm known as a talker. I talk a lot. But I've always told people, as I'm talking, mouth moving this fast, my brain moves faster. It's calculating what I should say, who I should say it to, for whatever effect it may be. Train yourself in that way, and after a while it becomes instinctive. You should not be telling everybody everything. Even as I'm talking to you right now, some people think that they know him more than they know. And if you go back and listen, you don't know nothing yet. By the end of this show, you're going to know, though.
Yeah, I love this kind of talk right here. You can't buy. Where can you get this from? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. So look, let me peace to everybody. So peace,
peace, y'all.
Comrade Kwame is like, yo, me and the Foyo start every day with an affirmation for Baba Balagoon's book. That is peace.
Shit.
James Thompson, peace. 235 worldwide.
Sugar Booger 7.
You thought I was going because Ice Cold Carter beat me up? That's kind of true.
Ariana Gladney.
Eugene Mason, peace.
Coco.
Peace,
James
peace,
Thompson.
everybody.
Comrade Kwame. Yo, me and my 4-year-old. Oh, I didn't realize you said your 4-year-old.
Ariana.
Peace on that. Gratitude, Comrade Kwame.
Peace. Coco, peace. Jadari.
Liberia, okay. Arif Hassan. Master Liberia.
Good to see y'all. So y'all, as y'all probably know, some of y'all don't, that's been with us for a second. There's been a lot of people passing away in death around everybody. So, of course, especially through this whole COVID thing, and I'm no exception to the rule. None of us probably are. But and not because of COVID exactly. I'm just but around this time, there's just been a lot of death surrounding us for different reasons. As you see, the mass shooting, we got different things going on. So, basically, I had two close people to me pass, like a couple not too far from each other, maybe like a week apart. Some family members, and I'm not gonna get too specific. So the people that don't, it would allow me to say more by me not getting too specific to the people that don't, personally. But what Bob was saying, if you was there, or if you listened, if you wasn't, then it's okay. But basically was just talking about, because he knows, I talked to him, he knows exactly what's going on. But you guys might not know, my father passed around right before his birthday, January the 29th. His birthday is February the 1st. Well, he actually passed on the 26th, which is my grandmother's birthday. So that just happened And then I had a cousin that passed away when I went home for Mother's Day. Had a cousin get sick and he passed away. And then his cousin, which is a good friend of mine, still a cousin distant, but we just call it, country, everybody third, fourth, whatever. But he passed as well, which are like, first, second cousins, and it was actually due to, what I'm saying, not my dad was just health issues, but these two was drug related. And it's everybody had go through what they go through, you know what I'm saying? These were productive people, so it wasn't like they were like, way crazy out there, nothing like that. But you never know what it's going to be when you're dealing with, substances like that. And it's funny because, it's the same thing I tell people with health. When you get to a certain age, where we at right now, you get, past your 30s, your diet is the same way, because that is your diet. Drugs, that's part of your diet. And maybe you sustain from doing something that you've done a lot. Say you used to be a heavy drinker in your 20s or whatever. Or let's just say you ate a lot of cheese growing up, cheese get you messed up and everything. I ain't got to talk to y'all about health. But you stop eating it for 10 years, and now you say, well, I'm just going to eat some cheese every now and then. But what you're really doing is having your 7,014,000 serving of cheese to your body. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it like that, then maybe, that might give you a way to look at it to help you fight those urges and things that nature, whether it be food, because it only took a sweet and sour potato chip, not sweet and sour, what's some sour, salt and vinegar. Lay's used to be my favorite potato chip. And it only took one of them. My dad ate one and bust a polyp, I think that's what it's called or something. And, went into all this cardiac or all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just one potato chip, but it wasn't one potato chip.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to think about that when we doing stuff.
It's 100 million.
Yeah, that was just 100 million, 2,066 second. You know what I'm saying? Lay's potato chip, and that's how you have to think of things, in that perspective sometimes. So
you brought us some McDonald's, Monique. Is that McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell people.
Now we're not eating no McDonald's, and I'm not marketing and advocating for McDonald's. Believe that.
We're not loving it, like she said.
We're not. Yeah, I'm loving it. No, I'm not loving it.
Right.
I'm shoving it right the hell out of my house.
Right. After I just finished talking about taking care of yourself, we're gonna eat some. You got some hash browns and but just take care of yourself, man. We all gotta live. You know what I'm saying, or not. So you know what I'm saying.
Those be laying full effect.
It's cool, man. I grew up with a lot of people. I don't know if y'all had this issue when y'all was growing up, and we ain't gonna stay on this too long, but around my age, at the time when I was a teenager, I don't know why this was the cool thing to do. Just like when cocaine was cool for people to do, dope was cool when I was a teenager, around 16 to 20, 22.
What kind of dope? Like heroin?
Heroin.
Wow. Like
the drug dealers that sold the crack and the cocaine, they did heroin. So I grew up in the streets a little bit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saved now, you know what I'm saying? But
saved and sanctified.
You know what I'm saying? But I used to run the streets. So but the real thing is that a lot of my friends were, out there like that, in the street running around, and most of them, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of them end up doing that drug. You know what I'm saying? As kids.
Supposedly you never, isn't heroin one of the things where you can never feel that again, like you always are chasing that first feeling? That's what I've always heard about.
I know crack's like that. I don't know if heroin's like that.
I have no idea. I just know, to me, from what I've seen, I would say heroin is worse than crack. And the reason I say that is because crack is a mental thing. It's a mental addiction. Heroin is a mental addiction. Heroin is a physical addiction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And It's one thing to be thinking about it and wanting. It's another thing to not be able to pick up your phone to look at it because you're so weak. Like you need dope to be able to.
That's why they call it dope set.
Exactly.
I'm allergic to
dope.
Yes.
Me too.
I'm allergic to, I'm allergic to narcotics because I can't even do like oxycodone, which is derived from heroin. Oxycodone, excuse me, what's the other one? Hydrocodone. I can't mess with none of that because I will break out in lesions, and I'm just saying to say what you're saying is absolutely true. I break out in lesions, and a lot of them do. You know the old videos. Have you seen old videos of Ray Charles and he's scratching?
Mm-hmm.
That's because his body's in lesions. Those lesions itch. So I took hydrocodone, one pill, and my whole body. I had hundreds of cuts on my body. Also, the mental part. So I took it. I've said it on here one time. I took the hydrocodone, and I had surgery on my shoulder. My children hadn't cleaned up the room. My son at the time was 1, and my daughter Abiola, he wasn't even 1 yet. My daughter Abiola was 3. And so they in there playing, as little children do. I said, y'all in there playing and you didn't clean up the room. And so I grabbed with my just surgeryed arm, grabbed the vacuum cleaner. I said, y'all come out, I gotta clean the room. And I'm yeet with my sore arm. And then my brain says, I've been using the sore arm, the surgery arm, and I just collapsed on the floor in pain. So, and then I went off. That friend of mine who was supposed to be picking me up, taking me somewhere, he late. He was supposed to pick me up at 8 o'clock. It was 8:01 when he rang the bell. And I'm, God damn, he's being late. He's late picking me up. Ding, ding. I opened the door. Hey, Willie, how are you? And my whole thing was changed. My wife said, dear, you're not taking no more of that medicine. And so then we called, and the doctor said, oh, yeah, do not touch any more of that. That was hydrocodone. They said, we're going to send you oxycodone because that'll treat you better. No, I was lesions again. So, nope. So I can't take, I'm allergic to narcotics. I couldn't mess with heroin. But I can see what it does.
Yeah, I just didn't. It doesn't look attractive to me. I don't
see
that
nothing
attractive about all that. I want to be alert.
And people aren't asleep.
No,
that heroin nod.
No.
It's just
they just feeling so good. They just letting it go. They just letting it go. That's all. They just letting it go. I don't want to tell stories. But anyway, this is what I'll say. I have grieved. These are people I grew up with that I still kept in contact. One of the dudes that passed, his brother stayed with me. Baba met him. You've met him. He stayed with me for a while. So, like, these are people I kept in contact with from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is family. That was my cousin, and the other person is probably a third or fourth cousin. But the point I want to make, this is going to sound harsh, but this is exactly what my best friend and family member, he's also a distant cousin, what we told it's other people that's still doing the same shit in us in basically our circle, the people we grew up with. And you know what we said? The cemetery got more dirt. Take it how you want it. But to always remember, the cemetery got more dirt. You on some bullshit. I mean, it's late enough. I can curse now. You on some bullshit with your health while you taking care of yourself. It's always more dirt at the cemetery. They got more for you, so they ain't gonna run out of dirt no time soon. So, hey, take it how it is. So anyway,
take care of yourself, y'all.
Please,
in the best manner.
That's my verbal, harsh, cold way of telling you just warmly to take care of yourself. So
we got any news?
Yes, we do. Let me read this real quick to get off of what the topic has been lately. We're going to go into something else. So let's talk about, in Jesus' name, I say that we want to talk about this South African pastor, Harry, can you pronounce that? Knosen?
Where is it? Oh, Harry Knosen.
Harry Knosen.
It's with a K.
Okay.
But it's or Newson, yes.
Harry Nuisance.
I think it's a nuisance. Yeah, he's a nuisance. Yeah.
Harry Newsom, okay. He was found guilty of plotting to overthrow the government and to kill thousands of black people in the country. So, Knosson, 61,
He's South African.
Yeah. I don't like when people say that. Mom said that on purpose. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit there, boy.
You would have been sitting on one of the European only benches back when they were still calling themselves Europeans before they
got these
tried
Chinese,
to get that claim
you got these
to the
Chinese
land.
Jamaicans. I can't. Anyway, okay.
You mean Charlize Theron? You don't consider her an African?
No, man.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Anyway, so
who they say is the epitome of beauty. I'm like, who and who's epitome?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The chick who played in the Old Guard. Yes, they say that's the epitome of beauty. She's from South. She grew up in South Africa, and they say that she's the epitome.
Like she's from South Africa.
They say she's the epitome of beauty.
White woman. She look the epitome.
Yes.
Colson, 61. A leader.
Stop that! I manifesto.
So
what is it?
She
alright.
So Colson, 61, is a leader. Y'all gotta check this out. He's a leader of the National Christian Resistance Movement. That's why I want to highlight. He was found guilty of high treason in incitement to carry out violence and recruiting people to commit attacks. Colson's group researched how
the shit they used to do.
Right.
They just throwing him.
Colson's group researched how to use biological weapons to infect and kill black people, including the poisoning of water reserves supplying black communities.
She should have came to America. They taught him everything he needed to know.
That's probably where he learned it from. He probably was here.
Yo, there's a different level. They coming on you. They coming in the name of the Lord to kill you.
But they've always done that.
Right.
Shit, the Crusades, they've always come in the name of the Lord to kill us, everybody.
It's a different Lord. It's a different God.
Man, hey, look. So,
oh my goodness.
I mean, shoot, now they say, it's just one God. They don't recognize. So Africans, in many cultures, recognize God as a human being. There's one creator, and then God is a human being, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of Christians will fight that. I'm like, well, damn, y'all act more like y'all God than anybody. The amount of killing and fury,
execution,
right? Like
they made their God as a reflection of them.
Exactly.
That's what they did. One thing I do want to mention, and we're gonna get into it, is the mother of Zaire Goodman, a survivor of the anti-black shooting massacre in Buffalo. Mm. She was on MSNBC when she did her address the public about everything, and she wanted people to know that they were saying like, this is crazy how this white boy did this or whatever. Mm. I want to give her some real prayers first of all and thoughts, but I want to give her some accolades for going on national TV and saying this is who y'all are. Mm. That's what she said. She's like, this is who we are. No. She said it. She was like, somebody said this is not who we are. I saw that in the title of something. She was like, no, this is who we are. She was like, I bought my son. She's like, they bought their son, the 16-year-old son, an AR-15. So-and-so, and night, blah, blah. I bought my son, which the point she made was valid, but her thought process was off. You know what I'm talking about? Right, gotcha. But she said, I bought my son some video games, a pizza, and blah, blah, blah. We are not the same, but this is who we are.
Now, I'll say this on as far as buying your child a gun, right?
I got the point, but...
Right, I got you.
She should...
instead of getting her child the video game, or if you can afford to get the video game and the gun, make them both a gift. But not just the gun and training to use the gun. If your child is stable. Now, you got to know your child too. And you got to be honest. A lot of parents are not honest about their child. You know your child's crazy. I hate to use that term. You know your child has issues.
Right.
Easily impressionable or just
violent.
Sure, yeah.
You walk in the room, child pulling the wings off of bees and shit. You don't get them no gun.
You don't get them a gun.
You don't get them a gun.
Crazy.
Okay. So you know your child. We went to the range. I believe you were there, and my son says, "Man, all these guns. That can I put this on the ground? Hell no, hell no, you can't put it on the ground. I know my son. No, well, can I just take a picture for myself? No, because I know it's still gonna go on the ground. Well, not the gram, TikTok. I said I wouldn't do it on the gram, but I put it on.
You ain't gonna see it on TikTok.
Right. So I know my child.
Right. The problem, Bobba. The problem is that.
But he has a gun from me as a gift.
Because you know your child.
Because I know my child, but I know he's not that one gun, and he ain't gonna take a picture of that.
Right. Nah, he need 2 9s. If you have to give him 2 9s, he gonna take a picture of that.
Right. Or I give him 2 rifles, plus a pistol.
Right.
He'll take a picture of that.
Shades on with all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, and even making his own money, he asked, should he? I said, sure, you can get you another gun. Do not take it to school, because I know my child.
Yeah.
You have to be realistic. My child would be at school with that, and no child should be on a college campus with a gun. Right. Even, I thought about that. Okay, well, I go back to school to get my PhD, and I decided to live on campus, which would be odd because I'm married, got family. I wouldn't do it, but let's say I just decide to be out there, to live there, immerse myself in the college thing again, which I wouldn't. But I got guns. At my age, should I have guns on the campus I'm living in the dorm?
I would think it would.
I want to say no, but I'm gonna say isolated. If we just a case by case, I'm gonna say, Bobby, you got to keep your pistol on. I'm gonna
I would think it depends on if you have roommates or not. If other people will have it.
No. I'm just saying, like, I got a single room to myself, which I had when I was at Howard, by the way. Okay. I pulled the first room. I was one of the few people that had a bathroom with my roommate, and then I got my own room. I pulled moves. I'm a poor boy from the west side of Chicago, but I pulled moves and got that job done. The ancestors have been good to me. But so if I got my own room, that's what I'm talking. So then
I think so.
I would think at my age, although it's illegal to have a firearm in a dorm, just so you know, I would have at least one. I wouldn't have all that I have now. That'd be crazy.
Of course, yeah. But
people walking there like, what the hell is this?
Be careful where you store it and all that.
One thing I was going to add is that one of the problems is that when you say know your child, these people, some of these parents used to pluck wings off of bees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
they're deluding themselves about themselves.
Well, the one dude who either an organization got this for him or the dude who killed all those babies in Uvalde. He had, I think, 2 rifles and a pistol. 18 years old. One was $2,500 plus all the ammo. Where he get all this money from to buy this?
Right.
Who bought this for him? So somebody, obviously, probably wasn't his grandma. It's probably why he shot her. Somebody got him this job and supplied this young man with this stuff. So we got to be careful of that too. I don't want to. If one of my cousins came to me and said, "Hey, what gun should I get for my men while we out slinging?" I'm not giving them that information.
Right.
I'm not going to help you poison our people, and then go to war with them. I'm not going to do that. Now, if you tell me you're getting guns for another reason, to liberate our people from somewhere where our people are not, our people are enchained or enslaved or whatever. I'm not saying, here, I'm not talking about insurrection. course.
That's not America. That's
Right. I'm talking about right.
exactly
Not America the way how they treat us.
Right.
Now then, I'll give him that information. One of my cousins had taken a pistol off of a brutal oppressor. That's all I'll say on that. He didn't know how to use it. Well, I taught him how to use it because it's a spoil of war.
Because he needed to know.
And so he needs to know how to use his spoils. And so I taught him how to use his spoil of war. Everything is situational. Okay. So should your child have a gun? That's situational. Right. Should your child be shooting at a school? That ain't situational.
Yeah, Mom.
Unless he is the child in the school defending himself from a shooter. So it's a common sense thing. Certain things we know. People say you don't know right and wrong. If you don't, then you what's called a psychopath. But if you're not a psychopath, you know what's right and wrong. And so you know when to get your child a gun and when not to.
I want to insert something right now. I don't know if you guys discuss or they discussed on Black Power Media. Arming the teachers.
Okay, so
what do you think?
Do you think it's right or wrong?
You gonna ask me because you know what I asked you. So I do want to give my opinion. I'm not with it. The reason I'm not.
I'm a teacher. I teach y'all.
No, well, yeah, definitely. No. But the reason I say no is because this is my thinking. I've only had 2 black teachers in my life.
Oh, well, shit. Wow.
You feel me? So if I only had 2 black teachers in my life, and let's go back and arm all of those teachers now.
I'm pretty sure one of my teachers was armed. Thinking back.
So
none of my teachers, Chicago's so harsh, none of my teachers even had arms. Hey, she ain't putting no good. No. For me, should teachers be armed? Now, I watched this video. There's some county here where the whole district, in this educational district in this county, they're armed. And the dude says, me and my wife are watching it, and I said, listen to the dude. I played it again, how he sound. Come down here and get violent with one of our teachers if you want to, we gonna kill you. I said, this mug sound like he just took the hood off. Hell no. Teachers shouldn't be armed like that, because also I had teachers, and not just talking about the white teachers, I had teachers that would just beat my ass.
Yes.
Because I said a word a certain way, or hell no, these people, some of them are unstable. That's why now they used to whoop our ass in school, and the parents, it got so bad, they were being so abusive, parents were coming up there beating teachers down. Wow. A teacher took a bat to a teacher right in front of us.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, a parent took a bat to that teacher for beating their child, right? Some children deserved it. Some ass whoopings. I usually wasn't getting it, but I remember one time we were talking, and Miss Johnson, I was her pet, so I just called one punch. She and the punch just rocked me a little bit. The rest of them, she went down the line. All the boys lined up. Whoa! And you said, well, she just hit him in the arm. Dude's dropping. Arm swole up like a baseball on their arm. She was jacking us. Miss Johnson was nuts. And it got worse. So as I got older, I was riding my bike on the sidewalk.
She came in.
She was going off on everybody. Don't ride your bike on this side of the street. Like, get off my lawn. But when she have a lawn, it's the whole street. Don't ride on this side of the street. So we all right, Miss Johnson. Now we all now we older now. Well, what she did first, Rusty, a friend of ours was riding. Rusty's a congressman now, not congressman, alderman now. But he was riding his bike. He was wild back then. He's riding his bike.
Secrets on you, Rusty.
And she threw Rusty's brother, detective. He might be out here somewhere. They threw Eric. She threw hot water on to Rushy while he riding his bike. See, oh, he fell out the bike. So I said, well, I'm gonna ride my bike over there, and they gonna, she loved me, so I'm riding the bike, and I hear these feet coming out of the gang. We have what's called gangways. It's like between buildings, right? And I'm like, who the hell running towards me? I look, and it's Miss Johnson. Thank God, Miss Johnson was a little chubby and slow. So but as I leaned, well, she wasn't that slow. As I leaned forward to go faster, she just missed my head with a 2x4 and hit the seat. Bah! And hit it hard.
2x4 from?
She probably had it waiting to bust some head.
Oh
so God. I'm riding. My sister saw it though, and my older sister. And oh boy, she's protective of me.
That was his teacher. I manifested.
Yeah, yes, my teacher. So my former teacher, I went to another school where she ended up moving and ended up being many times Teacher of the Year. There's a documentary on Miss Johnson as the greatest teacher Mississippi, black teacher Mississippi has ever seen.
This is amazing.
And she's abusing the shit.
Stories. Why
so,
like this?
So after that, my sister's going on. I mean, she cursed her out so bad. I felt sorry for Miss Johnson, even though she almost just bust my head. And so she was like, Phyllis, you gonna talk to me like that? She said, you gonna almost bust my brother's head? I come over there and handle you. I'm like, wow. My sister is a head of a mega church, a pastor of a mega church, and stone gangster, even to this day. Probably gotta be a stone gangster to be head of a mega church. So after that, she tells my mother. Now she would rather have Phyllis come over there. My father is in heaven, in the heavens right now. He just not hearing this because we knew not to tell him. Or I'd be like, what happened to Miss Johnson? She just disappeared. So now you know, Daddy. And he's like, God damn it, you should have told me while I was still down there. But we're still up there. So we'll talk about that one day. So not he ain't in hell. We see heaven, all around us, and particularly in mirroring us. But anyway, after that, my mother went to see her, and she knew my mother was coming. So my mother said, okay, well, she won't take no gun. My mother got I had made this sword from a pipe, put a stick inside of it so it wouldn't be hollow. She got to put a thing around it so it looked like the handle of a sword. Mama said, I'm going to take this with me over there. And she goes to the door and puts that down like to the side. Said, Miss Johnson, can I talk to you a minute? And Miss Johnson goes to the screen door. She said, Miss Swan, can I help you? She said, yeah, I just want to talk to you for a minute, Miss Johnson. So, oh no, Miss Swan, you coming over here to do something to me because of what happened. She said, what happened? What happened? What do you mean? She said, well, Adam was riding on the side of the street. He shouldn't have been on the side of the street. And so I just tried to make him just leave him over there. She said, you swung a stick at my son. 2x4. So bring the 2x4 out. You can swing it at me. It's just me. And she said, no, Miss Swan, you got something over there, Miss Swan. She said, what? You got a gun, Miss Swan? She said, no, I just got this little stick here against your big stick. Come on out. She said, Miss Swan, I'm not coming out there. She said, Miss John, just come out. We just got to talk for just a minute. And she said, Miss John started crying like, Miss Swan, I love Adam. She's crying. I love your son. I wouldn't have really hurt your boy. I just wanted to scare him. She said, Miss John, you did hit him. She said, I'm sorry. Can you bring him so I can apologize? And she said, I'll let him know. And she said, I'm so sorry. So she opened the door. She said she stepped out. Do what you got to do to me. And my mother just pulled her to her and hugged her. She said, don't do that to none of these children around here no more. Don't do that to none of these children. Pat her up. Miss Johnson cried on my mother's chest. Went back inside. Shortly after that, she had moved, but we knew Miss Johnson. Her niece Pam was out there. Pam was 20-something years old with a 8-year-old boyfriend, if you want to call it that.
Okay, we might need to go ahead.
I used to deal with Pam until I was 11. Then she said I was too old. I was just messing around, She said I was too old. She was 4 years older than me. So yes, but she had thrown Pam down the stairs. I pray Pam ain't looking, but it's probably not looking watching this show. She's kind of disappeared off the earth. I'm trying to find her, see how she's doing. She threw Pam down the stairs one time because Pam had disagreed with her on something and broke her arm. That's Miss Johnson. So Miss Johnson could teach well, but she was dismantled.
That's full circle.
we did a crossword wrong that she made. She made the mistake of making the crossword on the board, and we would copy. And we had the squares the way she said. Everybody had the squares that way. She said we were wrong. And she said, God damn it, another one of you got a mistake. I'm beating the shit out of all of you. Just like that. John Brown, well, I didn't make no mistakes, said Miss Johnson. I was the only person that even had a chance to ask Miss Johnson. Everybody has the same mistake. And she said, okay, well, maybe I did. You lucky. Y'all better thank Adam, because I was going to break all of y'all down. That was her. We were afraid of her.
At full circle, she would have a pistol now. We would go all
and right. Put a gun, that's my point. The long story is long. Put a gun in her hand.
Right, exactly.
And some child would have been shot down.
Most definitely, at least one.
Right.
I was thinking about, I know he's kind of a controversial figure, so no matter how you feel about him, Dr. Umar Johnson brought out the information about how often these white teachers are, their view of our young black men in school, how often they're sending them to the principal, how often they're punishing them way more than anyone else. Like, imagine giving all of them guns, where they have a young man in the class that they don't view as fully human. Every little thing he does, he's a thug or something like that. Yeah,
I worked in a high school here in Georgia called Grady High School. Okay, and I'm naming it. Grady High School had a magnet program, black principal, magnet program that they didn't allow black children in. This is a black principal. That's why they loved him so much. He was a Tom. He had a person spying on a student that he would, I can make sure your grades are a better grade. You spy on Mr. I won't say what my last name was at that time. Yes, I've had multiple last names. I won't say why. So I'm like, damn. And now I'm teaching in a high school. I don't have a degree, y'all. All kinds of things can be done. All things through Christ Jesus. Right? So I'm at the school, and this boy Cheese, we're in the teacher's lounge. This boy Cheese was clowning. And I love me some Cheese, because we would join each other back and forth. Not in class, right. But just, after he would look for me, because we joined each other, right?
I could imagine.
But he was really a good person. Really, I've seen him with people who couldn't, like, student in a wheelchair. He was always willing, and they wasn't a friend of his. He was just doing it to be helpful, even they didn't need his help or whatever, right? So they were discussing Cheese one day. Gets on my nerve. He's always. And he had Joan, one of the science teacher, white dude, who acted so liberal, and I'm with black justice, and he's like, we got to put Cheese in special ed, because he cracked the joke on me in class, so he doesn't have impulse control. Listen, I said, this is bullshit. Cheese is actually brilliant, if not a genius. Why would you put him in special ed?
You don't like him.
Because you don't like the way he joned you? Because you don't have the skill to jone back? I said, that's what it is. You're a white boy who acts like you're down with black people, but as soon as your ass gets embarrassed because the class laughed at your ass, I'm sure, now you want to punish him by putting him in special ed.
Which is something that will follow him for the rest of his life. Career, his self-esteem.
A friend of mine who's a lawyer, I got to help Kunle, and this was crazy. Kunle and another brother, they put in special ed, who one does have learning disability, but Kunle, my student Kunle, I realized he was discouraged from reading. So he'll say reading makes his head hurt. But this dude is brilliant with, y'all know Kunle.
Right.
With anything artistic. He taught himself how to do photography, how to do music, how to work. I'm talking high level audio stuff, anything audio visual. He's a genius with it and never went to class for it. He taught himself. Now, you telling me, and I used to teach him martial arts, I knew. I said, he's catching these techniques. He is not special ed. So I went to an attorney friend of mine, and he represented them. And they gave them a deal. We're going to leave you in special ed, but give you a regular diploma. It won't say special ed on it. I'm like, first of all, they're giving them special ed diplomas. That's jacked up, not regular diploma like everybody else. Don't graduate them then. So, or we could take you out of special ed, but you have to do another year. So they went for, I'll stay in special ed, just get the regular diploma.
Right.
Terrible, but you want to get the hell out of there.
Right, yeah.
It's like, so, but that's a deal. Why not take them out of there, let them graduate on time, but you're the ones that gave them this old crappy curriculum. Let them graduate and still give them the regular diploma like they should have got. The other brother, almost said his name, the other brother, he who really was, I can never say somebody should be in special ed because it's used as a housing place to punish people. But I will say, when he graduated, I made sure he still got the regular diploma. But they were giving him at this high school, Southside High School. And I'll say what it is. It's not even called Southside no more because of the embarrassment of that. Now it's a different name. Y'all can Google that and look at it. I won't do the other name because under that new name, they're not doing that anymore. Southside High School. They've done that to so many students. So they walk there at home with special ed diploma. It says on there, special ed high school diploma.
And the shame of it is like you said with Kunle, all the things that he taught himself. Like, you don't stop growing and learning after high school. But if you have to present this diploma to someone,
special ed diploma, they're gonna
they're gonna think of you a certain way. But I mean, you can always, as long as you're alive, you can keep learning and growing. They might be developing slowly during those high school years, but then start to catch up when they get a little older. Like, you just never know.
And you got people like that who giving that, and you put guns in their hands.
Right.
See, that's the whole thing. So much injustice and abuse, and you put guns in a teacher's hands. So hell no, hell no, not hell no, not in the American public school system. Not I don't know about the private school system. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I taught at private schools.
They might have guns. They could do what they want to do.
They can do. They want to do. Yeah.
So they might have an arsenal or something like that.
The private schools I taught at, hell no, they shouldn't have no. Teachers shouldn't be on.
Sorry, I just had to. That just hit me, that question. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now
we need to think about
in
that.
College, even. I think Jared dealt with that. College professors with guns, even that. No, because I know some college professors who, hell no, who got into arguments with cats.
Yes.
I would say the money that they're going to the school would spend on training and everything for those teachers, they could spend on more security and better.
They
security.
could, but who would train them? The police.
That's what I'm
who
saying.
Who are crazy as hell too. They
should
have
arming the teachers and spending all that money on that. Just spend a little bit more on extra security people to be on campus. That's how they had the police on campus at high school.
If they
have sheriffs on campus.
I mean, if they know them, I don't know. I don't know about the police on even campus, right? I think they should. I really think they should have parent volunteer groups to protect our schools.
Yeah,
protect our babies. You gotta still vet them because some nutty parents out here. But it's way less nutty parents than nutty cops.
And they have more of a stake.
And they have exactly.
Right, because you shoot.
Now I will say this though. I'll say this: the woman that went in, and my wife was like, that chick really who went in and while they got her child and got out.
Yeah, the cops.
I said, I don't know if she was a cop.
It was some cops.
No, the cops got their children now. Yes.
Yeah.
No, this was a parent. They were parents too. This is just a civilian parent.
Mm.
She went in and got her child and left. So the way, just so you all know, my wife used to be one of my martial arts students too. So this affects the way she thought about it. She said, that was whack. That was weak. She goes and just gets her child, leaves the other children. And I said, well, we would, but I can't hate on her because she's not trained like we are.
And also, you don't know the situation.
So she's afraid.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it wouldn't matter the situation. If I breach that school to save my child, I'm gonna save another child if I can too. He had locked himself in the room here, so she could have helped other children. Okay. Right. In that instance, I would have. Now, if I breach the school and he's shooting children, he's just walking through the school, I'm gonna take his life. I'm not just breaching the school to take my to take my child. I'll tell her or him, get so and so, right? And then I am not leaving. You coming, Dad? I'll be there in a minute. They know, my children know me. Right. I'll be there in a minute. They go out and then I am hunting him. He's mine at that point because I got to save these other children. At least try. He may hit me. He may get me. But at least if I go, I went trying to save the lives of other children. Now, it's what, some students will ask me, what if your child's the only black child there? That won't be my scenario because, goddamn it, I'm never going to put my child in school with the only black child. So I ain't going to even deal with that scenario, right?
Our manifesto brings up a good point. She ain't a warrior.
Right. She's not a warrior. That was my point to my wife. That woman's not, so you can't expect that, but she had the energy. Let me save my child. That's a mother, right? All mothers not warriors. So she's not going to think that way. She certainly ain't going to think like I'm thinking, well, if I died trying to save these other children. She ain't trying to think. She's like, I'm trying to go home with my baby, right? And that's okay. Even if I breach the place and my wife is there with me, I would be like, I'm going to breach the school. You stay here. I'm going to send these children out to you and you take control of what's out here. Still wouldn't want her in there with me. Just in case. Because I could walk in there immediately. Now, I'm not just walking in the school, by the way. If I go into any place and there's a shooter, my gun goes in first. We're gonna deal with that in an episode of how to clear a room and all that. They've been taught how to clear a room. You don't walk in like you see SWAT doing and all that. Your gun goes in first before anything. And then if I spot a target, it sings, it speaks. I can sing okay, but I might be off tune. But my rifle or my pistol is not going to be off tune. It's in perfect tune. It's going to sing a great song, and then I enter the room. Then I cut the pie and all that good stuff that mothers like to talk about. Because now it's key that you try to live, because if I go down, the children ain't got no hope now. Say, were you that good? Yeah. But not just that good. You saw what the police did. They stayed outside and let children die. I couldn't do that. Parents said, I'll go in. They said, no, you're not. You're not going in. You're not telling me I can't go in. You're not telling me that. I said, okay. Because I ain't got time to be arguing with these bastards. Then I go around and breach the school from where I can breach the school at.
I know that's right.
Not arguing. You're going to let us do it. You're arguing. You're going to let us go in because your ass don't want to go in.
Right.
So let me keep arguing with him. I'm still outside safe while these children getting popped. No. Oh, okay, officer. You're right. Damn. Let's go to the car, y'all. Now, around this corner here. Let's breach the school right through here, so and so. And then pop, pop, pop. Leave out with the children, with a line of children. How'd you get the children? Oh, I went in there and I shot the shooter. What, they gonna arrest me? They gonna arrest me? The news there. I saved the children. I don't know why they're arresting me, but hey, I saved the children. So now,
I hate to say it, but they probably would have.
And they probably would arrest you. We told them not to go in, you assholes. If they didn't kill me on the way to jail, I guarantee you I'll walk out of there.
I would say
after
so
saving
too.
those babies.
I'm going to say so too.
No, if you have a jury trial, no jury in that area.
There ain't gonna be no jury.
They ain't gonna. No,
I'm saying if you got to that point.
Right. Nah.
If it got that long, I may actually be in trouble.
Right. Yeah. You got that day.
If the media seeing me saving babies didn't work,
right.
I may be in trouble.
Yeah.
Be like, oh shit.
The car they put you in can't leave the scene.
Right. Right. See, and then the next thing if it's driving off, if I die in custody, I did not commit suicide. See, right, investigate that. Remember, I saved the children. That's it.
I have one other thing. Since we are talking about children, it's a little bit lighter, but it is dealing with having a warrior mindset. Not necessarily giving children guns, but giving them cell phones.
Your children guns, damn.
Or our young people weapons. But giving them cell phones and how the effect of having this basically this computer in their hands where they can get on the open internet, they can contact whoever they want to contact, they can send pictures, receive, and all of that. I have a son who's going to be 14 next month, and he doesn't have a phone yet, surprisingly, because lots of children do. But I am researching and considering giving him a phone, and I am going to give him a phone on his birthday. So I have been looking into alternatives as far as cell phone companies go to see what's available out there so that he doesn't end up having another screen to obsess about and more games to download and all of that. I don't really think him calling or getting calls is going to be like a big concern, but I just want to see what's out there as far as
any smartphone, he's going to have access to games.
Well, there are 3 companies that, and I'm not going to endorse any of them, so I'm not going to name them, but there's 3 companies that I found right now that were started in order to assist parents, I guess, with controlling some of the access that children have to things on their phone. So I'm going to be getting him a phone from one of those companies, the one that I've decided on. The phones cost about the same as they would. The plans are like about $25-$30 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and they can talk. It depends on the company that you go with, whether or not they really have access to the open internet. But the one that I'm going with has like the most apps that you can pre-approve. You still go through and pre-approve whatever apps are on the phone.
Be sure to train him wherever he's at. If there's danger, put that phone on silent. Right. Train him how to do it. Drill him, because that's what gets children. There was a child hiding in Columbine. There was a child hiding in the locker. Called her parents to let them know what happened. Text them. Whatever, right? Smart. They called back, and that's what got her killed, because the phone, she didn't have it on silent, and they called back because he's like, let me call, make sure my child really ain't bullshitting. Let me see, they be at a club or something. Once again, know your children.
Right.
Okay. I know. Okay, my children gonna text me. They hate call. I'm like, why are you or they'll be in the next room. Why are you texting me? Or upstairs. Come downstairs and speak. What are you doing? Like what? And so I know. Okay, they're gonna text me. So I've taught them, you anywhere and there's danger, put that phone on silent. I'm not calling you back, but I'm gonna hit you back, and still, if you got the sound, make whatever, make a sound because you text back or whatever. Right? you won't hear. Usually with my phone, and I need to put it on silent. Now, normally I put my phone on silent when we shooting the show, but I have all notifications off, so I don't get, except for YouTube, and you didn't hear it when it came up. I have it on silent because I do not. You never know when stuff going to jump out off.
Right.
So I live that way, but I don't want my children necessarily just live with anything can jump off at any minute. I do enough of that.
Right.
So they don't have to necessarily do it that way. But at least when dangers around, put that mug on silent. You know what I mean? Your friend could call you.
Right.
My daughter got something is Stewie from this show, cartoon show. Y'all know who Stewie is with the football head. I won't name the show. And it's his voice for her ringtone. That would be so obvious if she was somewhere, And y'all know what mine used to be.
Oh, right.
I don't even have it on the class.
Not there anymore.
Yes, it was funny. It's like my phone took it off.
Wow.
I'm like, God damn it, I paid for that. You see it. You see it. You see it. You know what I'm saying? You see it.
It sounded like it was you.
So, huh?
It sounded like you were saying it.
That's funny. And so it's on there. It's actually a comedian, and who I will name, Tony Baker, because I love me some Tony Baker. He's brilliant with his animal things, and y'all should listen to Tony Baker if you get a chance. And no, Tony Baker didn't pay me. He don't even know me. He is from Chi-Town. So
what is Comrade Kwame talking about? We need to drop our socials.
Can we get an update on how that goes?
I don't
about
know
the phone.
if he's talking about the phone, but
They
yeah,
talking about
most
the phone.
definitely. And
Can we
Sugar
get a
Booger, that's what I started researching was the elder phones, the flip phones and stuff. But then I found these companies that actually offer smartphones. So, he can still have like a smartphone. He won't look like a flip. There's some that have educational apps and stuff like that, which is the company that I'm choosing. But more than anything, that access to the open internet, that access to anyone being able to get in contact with them. That was what I was concerned about.
A BPM phone service? I wish.
I'm talking about
now, I know what you're talking about. When he says, y'all need to drop y'all socials and whatnot in the show description so I can challenge y'all to a fight and never show up.
And never show up.
Right.
You can do that in the chat.
Yeah, you can, hey, you challenge to a fight right here and don't show up, Me at my age, I'm not gonna show up anyway, even if you showed up.
It's funny, I got
old. No, but I got challenged to a fight. I think maybe you're saying it because I think I mentioned that a dude challenged. Well, you weren't taking class then, you probably would have been all up in it. Dude says he gonna come to my workshop and whoop my ass, just like it's written like that. I'm gonna come to your workshop and whoop your ass. I said, okay, I look forward to it. You got the address? Here's the address. Send them the address, right? So I told the brothers and sisters, look out because this guy's gonna be talking about coming to class. I said, add me to the chat. I said, okay, but it's no big deal. So he's like, man, I'll wreck you, bro. Blah, blah, blah. He's from England. I'll wreck you, this and that. So that's how I can mobilize. The dude's not going to show up. He's not going to show up. If he's going to show up, he wouldn't won't say, hey, I'm going to beat your ass when I come to class. He wouldn't give me no warning. He just come to class and beat my ass.
If it was like that.
If he was really right.
Feels like that.
Right. If he about it. Because I certainly would show up at his house. I said, here's the address. You want to get your address? Something like that I put in the thing. He had given me his address.
20 minutes later.
Right. Who is this?
Delivery for Mr.
Bop. Right. Delivery for Mr. Fool. Bop.
Uber Eats.
Right. Uber Eats didn't even exist back then. I'd have created it. Uber Eats, free sample. So if he didn't show up, I said, if he shows up, you all, we just roll him up in carpet that we had the place and you take him outside. Throw him in the back of the trunk, whatever, because certainly he's not going to be able to walk on his own too. If he shows up and he's being threatening, he's not going to be able to walk out of his own too, because I'm going to pray so hard for him. The Lord will just take it's going to take his legs from him, because I'm certainly going to lay my praying hands on him. So he didn't show up, But if I don't know why I said it because of Comrade Kwame's threats.
Yeah.
I probably was, just saying it out of my fear.
He's tried to find us on social.
Oh, really?
I'm putting them in right now. I just need how to spell yours.
Now
he's talking about what?
Well, somebody asked before putting the show description. We can put in the show descriptions why it's going on, why the show going on.
Yeah, we can put right now. It's on there.
No, that's the chat. He said the show descriptions.
Oh, in the show
like in
yeah, we could if we knew how to do it.
There we go. Because I'm like, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Knock, hello. Did someone at this address order knuckle sandwich? Exactly. The knuckle sandwich with spread on it. Because it's going to be all over. All right. So we're about to get to the techniques.
The thing about me and like I'm on Instagram, but there's nothing on my page. You don't want to be. You don't want to follow me on social media.
And my page got deactivated. They canceled me.
He deactivated at like 10,000 followers or something.
I'm docile on my new page. I ain't trying to bump.
And, we're trying to dole out this information, but not necessarily for
I'm on it, but
media.
And you can find us on at Warrior Class at BPM.
Yeah, I put that one in there too. But yeah,
we on there, and
they got me docile now, man. They didn't shut me down after I had 11,000 followers.
Like they be getting cats at 2 million followers and stuff. That I don't care much about social media, but that one would hurt.
Now if I had let me tell you, this 11-something thousand. I ain't even lie. I be sad or you want to post no more. Yeah.
I won't post again, and I now see how you feel. Instagram. So we're about to get to the techniques. So we're dealing with teamwork makes the work. So we're together as a team. A threat comes. How do we handle that threat? You're together with your spouse, your friends, your child. Hopefully, your child is old enough to help the friend. And how do you deal with that? So we're not dealing with multiple attackers, and we will do one show with, say you out with Cairo, her son, and an attack comes. How do you do that? Protect your son and yourself and deal with this person. Okay?
And we still gonna do the cane. We forgot about it.
Oh yeah, we haven't got the cane.
We're gonna get to that. So are we using this as a corner right here?
We're using this chair as a corner. So going around the chair. See?
Okay. So how we want to set this up right here?
So we're gonna have to turn the setup, and then we move the chair back, I guess. So we're turning this so you see Cody Whiteman, and we're turning so maybe that's good enough like that.
See what we got here.
And so we've turned around to Studio Warrior Class Studios.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Or do we need to have now put those up on there so it's higher? Would that be stable? So now we're all right. One day, like BPM, they have a maid who does all kinds of the technical setups, and she's brilliant with it, and made our intro and everybody else's intro. One day we'll have a maid who will be here. Yeah, we tried to get Kunle, who we mentioned. Maybe ain't a genius. I'm gonna take his genius thing away.
We tried to get a Kunle, we couldn't get a maid, so we tried to get a Kunle.
Kunle, right? And that didn't work. He said he'll come by, when he can, which means he ain't doing it. When black folks say that, I come by when I can, they ain't coming by. They not. All right, so we need a corner for one of the things. I guess we'll start with this first, then we can move this out the way. Can you see that? I can't even tell because
they can't.
Who is like? Can you move it back then? Because they certainly gonna need to see the corner. Okay, so imagine this is a corner around. First thing we're gonna teach you is to keep your community safe, your family safe. Know who's there, and You say, well, should I be nosy? Yeah, you should be. Somewhat. Not intrusive, not invasive. Okay. Not oppressive, but you should know who's in your neighborhood. Okay. Know your neighbors and know how to surveil the area. Okay. So we'll do foot surveillance the same way you would do car surveillance. If you know somebody strangers in your neighborhood, we're here chilling. White guy walks past us while we're sitting on Belay's porch and goes with a camera. Well, we may have to follow him to find what the hell going on. So we would do what's called ABC surveillance if we don't want him to know. Now, we may not care. We're just chasing his ass. That's just a chase. But to surveil, to follow somebody, and this also so you can recognize if you're being followed. It's going to look like this. And this is how experts are going to follow you. You say, I see this car follow me. I turn three times and that same car behind me. That could be a stalker or something. That's not a professional follower. You could handle them probably. Okay. So I'm going to be A, you be B, you be C. So I'm in front, you behind, so you see. So the way this is going to work is a person, say I'm following Joe. I'm walking behind Joe. And they're going to be at several feet. They won't be like this close to me, but we just only have so much room. And I'm walking behind Joe. Okay. I'm walking, checking Joe out. Joe turns around to look at me. He turns around. So I don't know if he's maybe or he just turned around thinking about going that way, but I go around the corner like I'm not studying Joe. You keep going that way. So she now is following Joe. I'm going around this corner here. You're behind her. So stay right there so they can see where you at. Imagine Joe is right there. Stay right there. You come up some on her. So now she's following her. I'm walking behind the corner. They're steadily following Joe as long as he don't turn corners, right? And then I turn this corner and get behind Belay. Now she's in the front. Joe now turns. He turns. Say he turns this corner. You keep going straight. You now follow Joe around the corner, right, and I follow you. So now stay right here. So Joe's around the corner. He's being followed by him. Now I'm here. You go straight, and then you would stay over there, and then we turn. So say Joe turns, he turns again. You keep going straight. I follow him. You now follow me. Right. And then you follow her, and then we right back behind. He never sees the same person following him or the same car following him. And we would do that every time he turns around or whatever. Other person keep going like they ain't doing nothing. And I trained y'all with this in a certain store here. Yes. Right? So that is ABC surveillance. I go, Omaniki goes, Belay goes. Joe turns the corner. I keep going straight. Omaniki turns, Belay turns. He turns again. I pick up behind Belay. Guy turns again. Omaniki goes straight. Belay turns with him. I'm behind Belay walking, and then Omaniki picks up behind me.
Yeah, think about it in a grocery store type setting, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what you can train in the grocery store.
You see the same people.
Right, where you'll see somebody one time, but you won't see them for a second, then you see them again, and that becomes customary. That's normal. You don't expect nothing. I just seen him a minute ago. Yeah, you're gonna be on another aisle with me, but it's really tricky when you do it right.
When you do it right, they could be following, and they just thinking, like in the grocery store, they just thinking, just shopping. I just ran into them again.
We either put stuff in people's cart.
All of that. All of that's part of the training.
Took stuff out the cart, put stuff in there, and then all types of
things in the cart
for training.
And it's to train you on one awareness, how to be able to pull off certain things as a team,
And when I say something, I mean food items.
Right.
People cart like
things that they
not
have
like
purchased.
bombs.
yeah. We talking about taking
doing
cheese
nothing like
out,
that.
put some bologna instead.
And like you ain't taking a purse.
Yeah.
You know.
Just to make that totally. Yeah.
One of the folks they put in this one guy's car. It was just hilarious. This one guy walking through. They put male adult diapers in his car and took something else out. And he's walking and with his wife. I'm watching everybody, you know. And his wife's like, looking at him like, what the fuck you need adult diapers? You need to tell me something. And he's like,
Great exercise.
how did he get in there? So he didn't even realize how it was there, you know. Some folks you watch them, they try to do stuff like that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
You gotta be.
So you want to know how to be discreet, how to move in a discreet way. If I had to walk and pass him a knife, it's got to be done in a way that's discreet, not like. If people don't see that, you got to be able to move quicker than that. People shouldn't see. I'm walking through here. People shouldn't see.
Relax.
People shouldn't see. Now she was slow on picking up to get it from me, but because I'm walking through. So if I'm walking through and I can't my body that close to you, that's not normal, right? But it's they can't tell,
Right.
and so I'm here right now. I say, okay, I can't my body. I go like this. You may see that, but when I can't my body and walk through like this, right? I use this hand. Or I may walk through this middle here. And somebody watched me, he handed it off to her when he went behind her back.
I'm built for this shit.
And he got this. See? So just know how to do handoffs and different stuff like that. Okay, different hands.
Train.
And you have to train because the other person got to know what's going on. Okay. Also, when you're out, that's a good exercise to know how to also move with each other. But when we're out, to use a coordinated self-defense, say it was me and you, he's being threatened. We use hand signals.
Yeah.
So you tell the person. So one basic hand signal that we use, and I'll let you know this one, and I'm going to use a different hand signal so I show you all from us, is this one. This is a common one for us. Now, if you've ever seen a rear naked choke, it looks similar. Okay? So the hand slides down, hand slides, so it's right here, right? So this, I'm telling them, I'm a rear naked choke. So say if he's here, no, he's facing you. He's being threatening to you, right? I'm gonna be right here, so I'm letting her know I'm gonna rear naked choke him. So once I rear naked choke him, she grabs his legs and we take him on out of here. That's how we move. So he puts up his hands in threat or what have you. Right? I get him, she grabs his legs.
Please don't let him go.
I'm not because you lift him up now, he's gonna really be choking.
Yeah.
So I loosen the choke, so you can lift him up now. So use your back. Bring your back close to the right, and we take him out of here. Okay. Now with her, against him at this side, I wouldn't have her even grab his. I just let her know I'm about to make a choke, and I take him out of here myself. So she knows what's going on. So I grab him, and she don't know what the hell happened. Right? Or I grab him. He's struck, and she decides she's gonna stab his ass. and as she's trying to stab, he turned, and I didn't hit. I was with some dudes. We had to deal with this one guy. Got him down, and then one dude just exciting, trying to kick the dude and kicking. He kicking the shit out of me. I said, "Hey, it's me." And I, for a long time, I had to wonder, did he do that on purpose? Was he trying to hurt me? But it's really because I hadn't coordinated with him. The other people, we had trained together. This fool, who had trained with us for a little while, stopped training, he really hadn't earned the right to be in there with us, to be honest with you. He just
that's really important because it could be somebody that's a real threat. Two people come at that person, right? That one person, I'll say I'm the one person that's a threat, not me personally, but I aggravated the situation. I made it what it is. If these two people, or three really, if they not coordinated, it could be easier for me to escape. After I've done something or hurt one really bad, and it'll be harder for them to hurt. I done been jumped a few times, and I never got hurt when I got jumped because folks always they can't really get to me because of each other.
They don't know what to do. Now, on that, do not do this. Come turn around, face him. He's the aggressor, and he talking to us. Hey man, hey, relax, dude.
Yeah,
because you see that too, right? Because now he can handle both of us, and imagine if he's trained even a little bit, he can handle both of us, or he gets a knife out or whatever.
Right now, I know it's a threat right here, and I know he's the biggest threat.
Right.
And I still got the advantage of surprising you still, because you done did that. I can just be like, bro, you bye,
right,
and then attack, acting like it's not nothing.
Right. So the way you want to do it now. I talked about if you're dealing with multiple people, come back around this way, to stack them. If I can move them in the way where they're stacked, now I'm just fighting one at a time. So you don't want to be side by side and give them a chance to stack you either. So what you want to do is move like, hey, so you're the primary person that first was attacking. Mm-hmm. And he's talking crazy, right? I said, man, this not right. Him doing this to like that. It's not right.
I gotta pay
so now he gotta look. So now he looks at me. She can move on.
Right. I gotta do something.
And then if she look like she gonna move, he looks at her. I can move on.
Right. I'm in the bad.
So this is where we're stronger at. Of course, now if he's fools enough to let me get here, he really is done now. But all I gotta do is, man. Talk to your sister like, come on, bro. You can do better than this, bro. Now you know he's done. He's in trouble. Because now you got,
And think about it, most people don't do it. They come right to the side.
Right. Or they come, or worse. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, dude.
Now
or even worse, do you like this? But it's back to you. No. That's not how you handle that. You handle that to the side.
Yeah, because you're gonna force.
Now, right, he's weaker because we're on the side, because now any vectors of force, if a force is moving straight, it's strong, possibly. If it's straight and up, it's weaker in both directions. So now he's got to focus on both directions. He's weaker because of it.
Yeah, I feel so vulnerable like this right here.
And the more I get to the side of his style, the more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because now he ain't even facing her no more.
No. I think
you're right there. If I move like this, you're like, and then you want to face me, but then now.
Right. So what I want to do is exit out of that.
Right.
That's what you
want. And he knows he's in trouble if this happens. When he moves this out the way, when he steps back, you step sideways. So when he steps back to get out,
oh baby.
Now he know we might as well start moving.
I'm pulling now. I'm trying to pull.
So he's done. So that's how you got to get to the side of him. Okay.
This is a great exercise for couples.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Man, we need a
couples workshop. That's a good one.
Coming soon.
Now
we can also come to wherever you are.
That's exactly. We travel. Now, hey, next Valentine's Day especially, or Sweetest Day, whenever the hell that is, we'll come to that. That's called Sweetest Day. That's another thing they made up for Valentine's Day because they ain't getting enough money. They want more millions, so they made Sweetest Day. We'll come to you for Sweetest Day for your couples thing, for complementarity day, all of that.
Father's Day,
to Parents Day.
Family
Day, Siblings Day. We come all them days.
Every day is a holiday.
Right. So now, hand signals I want to use to talk to her or to talk to. We're in I wouldn't be in a club unless I'm doing security or something for people. And when I say security, I'm talking about bodyguard. I ain't working with no security guard no more in my life. But probably won't bodyguard nobody no more either. But you're out doing security with somebody, or you're at the club. Somebody, some of y'all might like to club it up, or you're at wasn't Kendrick Lamar may come into town. You got to see him. Al Green. Do not go see Al Green if he comes into town. You say, damn, that's cold. I went to see Al Green with my wife, and he sung.
I was there.
You were there when he sung all Christian songs. That's right. He sung all Christian songs. Didn't even get to none of his classics.
Oh no, then I wasn't there.
He didn't get to none of his.
Right,
Music Midtown.
Yeah, no, he sang. I remember.
Shit, you went to the second day.
Maybe so.
Because he wouldn't. But I was meant to be there because this sister was there with her baby, right? And she said, "Can I sit with you all?" I'm like, sure. So she's sitting with me and my wife, baby chilling. We playing with the baby. White woman comes over with a group of other white people. Said, "Can I hold your baby?" My wife looks at her like this. And she said, "Well, sure." Because she wanted a break. Gives them, that's probably why she sat with us and we play on the baby, she getting the break. She gives them the baby. Wife said, "Okay, we're going to walk around with them." My wife goes, like that. I said, "Damn, Ben, just hell no," like that. She said, "Well, it's okay. It's okay, they're nice." They walk off with her baby. 20 minutes later, she said, they aren't back yet. I said, "Sister, you shouldn't give me your baby." 30 minutes. Not back. 45 minutes. I said, "I'm going to find your baby." She said, "You think they did something?" You think? I'm walking around looking for these folks. Looking all over Midtown. It's Centennial Olympic Park.
No, Piedmont.
Yeah, Piedmont Park. And so I'm walking. Piedmont Park is sizable. I'm walking all over the place. Crowds of drunk folk. I'm getting through them. Another 30 minutes. Finally, I find them. They're all drinking, talking. She got the babies. A crowd of white folk who weren't even with them. So they just talking about like, "Yeah, see, we got this baby. We, adopt this black baby or whatever." I don't know what they were saying. I walked right over. I said, "Give me the baby." She didn't even hesitate. She knew that she was on some bullshit. Said, "Give me the baby." Then she getting the baby. Look at her. I walk off. I said, "Don't ever do that." I said, "Even me, you didn't walk with me. I'm going to get the baby. This could have been a setup. I could have been working with them white folks, and then I could have hit them up. Got a baby. You think I'm going to help you? I just go off and take the baby."
I can't imagine calling me talking about you gave some white woman our child.
Man, can you imagine?
And she had her for 45 minutes and you ain't seen it yet. Oh my God. Don't call me with that.
It's possible there was some underlying, mental issues or something with her not even wanting the baby. Because I can't even imagine.
But she was upset that they were gone with the baby.
Right, yeah. But she was also around people. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's true. Yeah.
It's more like you should be upset.
Right.
So there's
that's
people
true.
there, but why would you give somebody your baby? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is a good point. I didn't think about that.
It would be different if they're on the album.
She would have been like, "Anyway,
if they're sitting next to you on the
Thank
blanket,
you so
just
much.
they were close to Bible. That's one thing, but them taking the makeup off, we don't walk around with the baby. That's crazy.
That ain't funny. That's not enough. She said, "To the day she ate me, brought my baby back, bastard." That's terrible.
That damn man. That damn man.
Niggas always want to be heroes.
At the wrong time.
At the wrong time, right?
But yeah, we don't know how much support she had. That's another topic.
God.
You don't know how much support she had in her life. Like,
that's real what you just brought. That's
I didn't think that way.
That's
but I never think that way. If somebody take one of y'all babies, I'm gonna help y'all find y'all baby.
Oh my God.
Y'all sitting there, I'm gonna get that baby. Damn that.
Every time she get mad at the church, she bring me up. I wish that damn man never brought you.
I blow his brains out every single
All right,
That's terrible.
Good to be back, y'all.
But That's crazy. I didn't think about it that way. That's possible that she really wanted to get rid of the child because it was odd. But her sitting by us, I mean, the whole thing. I mean, we said fine, but the whole thing, even her just wanting to sit by some strangers.
Exactly.
She had planned to leave the baby with y'all.
Probably.
You didn't even know. Y'all was sick. Y'all didn't
Right,
know y'all
probably.
was sick. No.
They saying a nice couple. I leave.
But this is along the line something I always talk about too with people is that you can develop your own lingo. Like as a kid growing up, where you used to get into it with other neighborhoods and other people and stuff, we would always have our language that we could speak.
That's funny. I was gonna ask you what you thought about code words.
Yeah, so you can use code words too, but sometimes when you're not saying club, you might be the kid.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm gonna get to. Signals and words.
Mm-hmm.
We had all of that growing up back in the days, and I will always encourage it because you could be across the room, or you could be right there beside somebody and not see what the other person is seeing.
Right. Exactly.
And your wife can be in a situation where she doesn't feel comfortable. How is she relaying? How's she gonna relay that to you? Y'all need to work that out.
Right. Excuse me. Or your friend.
Yeah,
Your
anybody
child.
you need to be able to work that out.
So, a couple of things we dealt with signals last week about a shooter. Come to me. You tap in the top of your head. Come to me. Right. So I do that. To rally on me. Or if I go here, that means rally on me quick, right? I can ask you certain things though, from a distance. You can use, everybody knows the OK symbol. I can say, "Are you okay?" Now you see how his hands are like that. It ain't gotta be nothing specific. They're like that. Her hands are like this. Yes is. He goes back to that position. So he lets it go, goes back to it. Or she lets it go, goes back to it. That's yes. So I say, I look at you. I catch your eye. So I'm catching her eye and I'm asking. That's from across the room. Right. So I know she said yes. Now, say it's his arm like that, but he drop it, don't go back to that position. And he says no. So the next thing I would ask him, does he have to go to the bathroom? Does he need to be, if he was doing security, I'd say you need to be relieved. But saying you need to go to the bathroom or, leave that position or whatever. And if he says no, I know some violence or some shit going on. But if he goes back there when I go here and he goes back there, then I know, yes, I need to go to the bathroom. Right. So I'm like, all right, I'll walk with him or get somebody, hey, can you go to the bathroom with B-Lay because you got to use it or whatever. He let me know. I mean, shit, we grown, but hell, you're in a public place, don't go most places by yourself. Or if you go, at least we know that's where he went, to the bathroom. Y'all got me? But if I say you got to go to the bathroom, he already said no, he's not okay, and he drops his job or he don't go back to that position in any way, I said, oh shit. So I start making my way over there. Then I can just, I'm looking around because he's seen something. Or I could say to him, he say, well, I'm not okay. You can do a signal and say, is it danger? Is it danger? You can put your hand here or whatever you're going to do. It's up to you. And then he can let me know, stay tight. He doesn't pump his fist. That means come to me quick. He just puts up his fist or he can just, he can play it off, rub his chin and go, something like that real quick. So then he can say, stay tight. Then I know it's a problem. Stay tight means look out, there's danger. That's when I use my family all the time. Stay tight. I be talking to somebody, my family in the car, so and so. I've told them, stay tight, right? I threw that fist up, stay tight. He don't know I'm stretching what, but they know. Now, so he told me to stay tight. I look. So I know you're not okay. So if I throw that up again, asking. Well, I'm not asking now. Asking does he need to be relieved? Now I'm not saying relieved. Where's the danger? I'm asking him now because I know you don't need to be relieved. So now I use that same signal, or I could come up with another signal. Where's the danger? And he could look in that direction. And I go, okay. And then I just walk, I'm not paying no attention. I walk over to the area where the danger's at. You got me? Or I prepare for a danger. He didn't seen it coming that way. I prepare myself, whatever I got to do, or hide, or whatever. So I see, you saw danger there. I look at Ominiki, coming to me quick. She comes to me. I say, Belay saw some danger behind us. Hide behind so-and-so, right? I tell her, we hide, and then I look at him. I look at him, we hide. He may be planning to deal with it, but I'm like, shit, it's 5 months coming. He ain't see that. Say, come to me, or come to me quick. Then he comes to me. Man, it's 5 months. So best we hide out, not fight these boys. So you can use signals like that. Okay? If we're going to move on the person, we have to. We know this person, we got to move on him. Then, once again, like I said, I'm going to choke him. Or this here, I'm going to hit that move. I'm about to hit him. You go right there. Like, man, so-and-so, you ain't got to be doing so-and-so. Your comrades know I'm about to hit him.
Just get your stomping shoes ready.
Get ready. Or if say is y'all talking, she got her back, like she's looking at me. And she's threatening me inside. I'm telling him, you, man, come on, man, you punch her. I just told him, you can use that signal. This is for you. Now, come on. It ain't got to be violence. And then he gonna rack her, right? But if I'm gonna do it, you're ready to catch her. I'm about to knock her out. I'm like, come on, you ain't got to be doing all that. I got. And then he catches her. Well, I'll say, you get the camera dude because I'm about to knock the lady out. I'm just joking. Right.
Grab all the phones.
Right, grab up. Yeah. Phones. Grab all the phones. Right? No, so you can give signals that you have to use. Now, if a little sister like that is just jumping in my face, punking me like that, I really would just, you win.
A little.
You win. You win, sis. You win. Yeah, you win. Had a drunk sister tell me what brother told you, he's a martial arts expert. She was out there and she was drunk. And she was like, oh, you're a martial arts? I am too. You don't want none? I said, sister, come on. I sure don't. I want none. You don't want none? Kiss me. I said, sister, don't do that again. You're right. I don't want none. You hit hard. Said, you don't want none. She swings. Catch up. She thought she was going to get dumped. I said, where's your car? Go over there. Walk her ass to the car. Get your ass in the car and go home. I shouldn't have let her drive. She was drunk, but she had punched me in my face. So I really didn't care. That's cold. She could have hit somebody. Yeah, that's true. But I was mad. But I wasn't mad enough why I just slammed the lady. I told the dude, don't ever tell some sister that I'm a martial artist. She's drunk and out here trying to box. Don't do that. Don't do that to her. Don't do that to me. Don't put me in that kind of position. But some of the people I was with, like Coney was there, Falaye was there. I could have been like, I'm gonna grab her. Y'all get ready. And I could have shot. When I grabbed it, they could have been ready to take her wherever. But really, there's no need for me to send a signal because I wasn't trying to hurt her. If I was trying to hurt her, I'm gonna grab her, and as I lift her up, they crack her. I threw over my shoulder so her head's there, they crack her. So you can do that to a dude. Now, if you do say you're gonna grab a person, and you're gonna grab, Like say, you come in the middle, you're behind him, he's talking to me, and I tell you to grab. Come on, man. I'm telling you. So I'm telling you to grab him. Don't grab him here. That's what I was gonna say. Don't grab him. He's stronger than you.
Yeah, right.
Hug his knees.
Okay.
But when you hug his knees, when you hug the knees, do not throw the butt back as we have a tendency to do. Bring your chest close. That means he's totally controlled. Now, so you can grab him with your butt back. Grab him like that. Like squeeze his knees though. Squeeze him. Right. Now, do you feel you're totally controlled right there?
Not totally.
Now, grab him again. I'm gonna hold on to you. Grab him and put your chest toward your hips towards him. And bring your hips towards. Yeah.
I don't feel
See,
stable.
now you're going to.
Yeah.
So at that point, when you grab him, put your hips, you see how he's bending, grab him. His back is bending. That's when, boom, I give it to him. Because now he's going to fly over you.
And probably break my back.
He's going to fly over you. You got me? And try not to bend your back too much. So you, even if you bend here, grab, you bring your chest and butt close, even if you got to kneel.
So,
See, there.
Yeah, that's
Now,
You want to turn toward the camera so they can see.
so I'm right here. Don't have your chest and butt away. Bring it so, and you're squeezing this side and bring it close. See, now he's off balance. All I gotta do is stay down here, and Ominiki just hit him with an elbow or something. He'll flip over the side, and then I can lift a little bit, throw him over the side, or just hold him and he's gonna fall. Okay, so it's key. Bring your chest and hips close. I mean, I would stand up with him, but if you can't do that, injuries or whatever, just stay close. That other person works. Right. Because he's gonna be trying to catch his balance. At no time did his guard come up and he go.
right.
And that's when you
doing that.
boom, you rocking. Okay, elbow, boom, rocking. He falls, and then I'll lay over, still controlling his hips, and then you just keep stomping or whatever from up top. Okay, that's one of the best ways you can do it. Just so you know, even if I'm grabbed like that, I'm done. First thing I do is go for my tool, though. But just so you know, that's why that person has to work the person on their feet. Because you're going for your tools, no way you should pull out your pocket. You go for the tool, boom!
Yeah.
You hold that hand, boom! Rock you, boom, with elbows. They're just rocking. Ain't got to be no style to it. Just slap the Jesus out of your ear to take him off his feet. The other person just holding on. You falling back,
I got a
There
question.
you go.
Even so, you're the most trained person that I could ever think of to ask this question to. So, if you were done like that, so somebody came behind you and grabbed you between your knees, would your first reaction be to hug, stabilize, then grab, or do you think you go straight for
That's
it?
why you hug your knees so you can't stabilize. So you have to go for the tool. So if I grab
Okay,
if I hug your knees, you can't open your legs to stabilize.
Right, you can't.
And then now my butt's back. I bring my butt close. See, I was about to throw you. I had to let go to your ball.
Go back.
So he's lifting without even standing at that point.
Yeah, so you really just have to go straight for you.
And you probably won't get it until you get to the ground a bit and use it.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's gonna be hard to get that.
You're about to take a hard fall now.
and your mind start thinking about that fall.
That's why you can't think about the fall. You gotta tuck your damn chin and get ready.
Say if you have a tool in your hand and you're falling, then you may not be able to control where it goes.
Well, I will because I'm trained, but
Right,
a person may not be able. But I still wouldn't open it just now because as I'm opening it, I hit myself. So I hold it, boom, and then open it once I hit the ground so I can do whatever, right? But you're not going to be very effective once you're taking off your feet until you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Be prepared to hit the ground, tuck your chin. We may deal with ground falls one episode, but the key is tuck your chin and round your shoulders because you are about to suffer some impact. Okay.
We also have.
Can y'all do an episode on revolutionary violence? You know, we actually did, Comrade Kwame.
Yeah,
And we posted it. Kalani was on there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we talked about is it viable?
Right.
when so we did. Unless you want something specific dealt within that. Let me see here. I'm gonna get your baby. Oh, let me see.
I was gonna say while Bob was reading that, also if anyone is in a position to come to class, Baba goes over a ground phase so that you can know what to do after you've fallen.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who was in the workshop was asking about falling because of how many times I was getting dumped, and I was saying, I'm not hurting myself because I'm landing properly. But we didn't have time to go in that. So yeah, that's a big part of self protection, self defense is knowing how to fall.
Yes,
real important.
And how to get up after falling quicker than you fell.
Yeah, that's more of a workshop than actually anything, or actually a phase, because it's so long.
Yeah, that's something I wouldn't just talk you through and show a little bit of examples. We need to be doing, show you actually how to fall, because there are 8, we call it Sabu, falls in rows, 8 falls in rows. There are really 3 that you're going to use most of the time.
I guess we can show the 3, get some space.
Once we got the math down, so we can show it's front fall, side fall, back fall. That's the main, and how to get up from those falls. Those are the main ones.
Side fall is the most difficult to learn for me.
And side fall is the one you're most going to be put in.
Yep. Involuntarily.
If you're thrown by somebody who knows how to throw, side fall is mainly what you're going to be thrown with. If somebody's just pushing you, it may be a back fall or what have you. When you think of fall too, you fall like a tree, that's not how you fall. That's why that fall is nasty, because you're going to fall like a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of falling, back fall and side fall, is bending your knees.
Yeah,
but your knees hug, you can't bend them. So now you're just taking I gotta go. That's why I say bend that chin, you're about to suffer some impact, and you're not going to start fighting immediately as soon as you hit the ground, because you couldn't absorb the impact in the proper way. Right? That's why I just showed that's a superior way to deal with a person if more than one person is dealing with that person. If the person just standing there talking crazy, say he's talking crazy to Roderick right there, and you on this side and I'm on this side. I don't know why he's letting us be on this side. Like, come on, man, don't do Roderick like that.
I think I'm bad. No, it's about Roderick. I'm connected about y'all.
So use 2 hands. Yeah. Your hands can be over, under, under, and just hug it to your chest. Man, you got to do it at the same time, right? So he's doing so. Come on, man, you ain't got to do Roderick like that, bruh. Come on, bruh. Here. And now we have him here, and at this point, you discuss with your team who's going to be the person to take him down, or y'all both do. At this point, you put that across your body, and now we both kneel down to the ground. Go slow, because he ain't got no hands to protect himself. We both kneel to the ground. Okay. And we can lay on it. See, he's just trapped there. We can lay on that, and he's stuck. If we have more people, we're gonna have to go back. Okay, so we're here. So we're on the side of him, and I'm gonna give it a signal. So he's talking smack to Roger. I said, man, don't do Roger like that. So I'll make sure you pay attention to me too. I'm saying, don't do Roger like that, man. Come on, don't do him like that. I'm telling you, we're gonna hug his arm to us, right? Don't. Now we got him. He's like, hey, and he's snatching and stuff. So now we kneel.
Oh boy, that don't feel good.
And if we nail at the same time hard, he will go down. And now if we want him to go down, just lean forward.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
This doesn't feel good.
And now you can let the hand closest to his shoulder go and just put it on top of his elbow. You're already there, yep.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
Say, look, why'd you do Roger like that?
I love Roger. I didn't mean to do it, Roger. I'm sorry, Roger. Sorry.
saying tap tap because we're armbarring them now. Like, don't do Roger like that.
Yes, all right.
You're behind his elbow. You just press down. You keep his wrist higher than his elbow. You press down. Okay. And now Roger can come over, kick him in his head, or you can slam in his while you holding him down. Say, Roger, or Roger don't know. Roger, drop a knee down into the back of his head. Do it, Roger.
Don't do it, Roger. Don't do it.
Roger, that baseball bat over there, grab it, Roger. Slam it right into his face, Roger. Right.
He's done.
That's it. Roger, call Dr. Jared Ball, tell him to come over here and punch him in the head. And we in Atlanta, Jared, way in D.C., we just hold the dude here till Jared get on the plane, fly here. Hit the dude, go fly back home. All right?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's uncomfortable.
So,
It dips. Shoulders.
all right. That's, the two of us can do that. So, it's many things you can do. Just train it. Train together as a team, hand signals, working together, moving together. We even do things where I'm doing male step, he's doing male step right behind me. And I'm talking right behind me, where his foot, put your foot right behind my heel. Like that, and then the other foot behind. We're like that, and you stay at this distance. And I'm moving, he has to move with me. So I move, he moves. I move, he moves. I side straddle, he side straddle. See? So he has to move with me. And then we're throwing punches. He's throwing punches over me. We start doing it that way, learning to move together if we had to. Okay. He can put his fist in the small of my back to learn to move with me at first. Then after a while, we start learning how to move, coordinate. When I do tests, I'm doing stutters, steps, all kinds of stuff with them, so they can move with me. Okay. So you learn to move together as a unit. You learn to use verbal signals and nonverbal signals, verbal codes and nonverbal signals. Okay. Grab, keep that leg, hug to your chest. Or you can hug it around like this, or hug both their knees or whatever, and then put your chest and hips close. Your hips should be close to their thighs, right? And you got their leg pressed to your chest. They're off balance. The other person standing can knock them cold out. Or if you are trained enough or have enough strength, you can just stand up. You ain't got to use much technique. They're going to fall. Okay.
Have cold words when you're talking with people, strangers and stuff.
Always.
If I'm with somebody, I ain't gonna give y'all the actual words, but say me and my people from my hood, whatever. You walk up, if they walk up and I'm talking to somebody, and they be like, "What's up? What's up?" I be like, "Yo, this dude right here is be tripping, bro. It's a trip." To them, that means something up with him. What you think? You know what I'm saying? And they start talking to him, they be like, "Yo, bro, it's a trip." Do you agree? You be like, "Nah, bro, so." Then okay, it ain't what I was thinking.
Also, if you know another language. Because somebody, say a person walks in this room, and I say to them, and I'm going to see if they know. It's no Yingbo coming our way. What did I say? What did I say when I said, oh, Yingbo coming? Now, when I tell you what it is, y'all will remember I've said it.
Yingbo. I should know what this is.
That's Oyinbo coming. Oyinbo means, Oyin is honey. Oyinbo, honey tongue. So who am I talking about?
Okay.
Who is it?
Preacher.
No, not a preacher. Some preachers are a white person.
Oh, okay.
I said, Oyinbo coming. Yeah, Oyinbo coming, right? So I said, Oyinbo coming. I usually even whisper that kind of stuff because they wouldn't know. Or you could say, I'm talking about Tubabo coming this way. I don't know what he on. Tubab is Mandinka for white person. Oyinbo is Yoruba for white person. Tubabo coming this way. So stay tight. Or Tubabo coming this way. I just told him, Tubabo coming this way, stay tight without saying stay tight. Right.
Is a Lokba police?
A Lokba is police in Europe. So opa is a stick. Olopa, owner of the stick. Lets you know how they're defined. So we'll say Kosi Alopa. That means avert the police. It's a prayer to avert the police. Kosi Alopa, Kosi Alopa, Kosi Alopa. Keep the police away. Me, right? So it was Alopa, Alopa at your six. Police come from behind you, right? People say, well, why do they say at your six? Because in the military, you used to talk about directions and clocks. And behind you was 6 o'clock. That's what they say, watch your six. Watch behind you. Okay. So thank you all for joining us. There's a lot of signals and things we can do. And actually, I think that will be the next workshop we'll do. Will be multiple attackers. That's us dealing with multiple attackers on us and us acting to attack enemy as multiples. Small unit tactics. Okay. So I think that's going to be the next warrior class workshop we do, because there's a lot that's going to go into. There's a lot of techniques beyond just showing you grabbing the legs or grabbing their arm and bringing them down that we can show you. Okay. So thank you for joining us. Y'all have anything?
Thank you for the contribution, comment,
yes.
Kwame, and for the jokes.
Yes, absolutely.
And thank you all for coming today.
You know, follow, subscribe, follow us on social media. I put our social media up there. I'm trying to build mine back, as we was talking about earlier. So yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. And any ideas that you have, inboxes about them, put them in the chat. We hear them, and we may not do it right away, but don't think we're gonna forget about it. Don't think we didn't pay attention. We know what's going on. We just have an order operation and the way we want to do things at a natural flow. So we won't forget about you. We'll come sooner or later.
And also for Comrade Kwame's question, we also did a show about women revolutionaries and violence in association with them. So that's another show you may want to check out. It was maybe a month ago, maybe 6 weeks.
I don't even know, 6 weeks ago.
Okay. It was
got people that
a fairly recent show.
You know your people, so if you know people interested in this, share it, let them turn them on to it. Try to increase the followers.
Yeah, we have a good show.
We'll get better too.
Yeah, we're gonna get better. We got a great warrior class in the chat, so everything's gonna get better, and we definitely appreciate you. You helped to make the show what it is. So thank you all for joining us again. Love y'all. Stay black, whatever it is that you may be. Peace.